Tensions between Russia and the United States in the midst of the Ukraine war are escalating in Syria's skies. In recent weeks, at least 6 confrontations between American Reaper drones and Russian jets have taken place over Syrian airspace. The United States claims that Russian jets are interfering with its missions to counter Islamic State militants operating in the country. Russia maintains that US drones have been provoking Russian jets, endangering crew members while breaking deconfliction protocols. The potential for more serious clashes between the two nuclear powers could spell disaster, especially for Syria. In the month of July, several incidents placed a spotlight on the tensions between the two superpowers. On July 5th, Russian jets dropped parachute flares in front of 3 MQ-9 US manned drones, interfering with their operational ability. On July 6th, Russian aircraft dropped flares in front of US-operated MQ drones said to be carrying out a counter-terror mission. On July 7th, Russian jets reportedly flew 18 close passes, causing 3 US drones to react. On July 16th, a Russian jet forced an American surveillance plane to fly through turbulence, apparently endangering the crew members' lives. On July 23rd, a US drone propeller sustained serious damage after flares were dropped by Russian aircraft, with the two flying dangerously close. On July 26, Russian aircraft reportedly struck another drone, with the jet coming close to both manned and unmanned American aircraft. The US insists that its ongoing presence in Syria and Syrian airspace is for counter-terror purposes to combat Islamic State. However, whereas Russian forces remain in Syria at the invitation of the sovereign Syrian government, since September 2015, US troops remain in the country without permission and therefore against international law. Critics also argue that US interests in Syria are about much more than combating militants. Many of the remaining US military bases and reinforcements in Syria are located at the oil fields, with the largest American base found at the Al Omar oil field in eastern Syria. Trucks from those military bases then travel from the Syrian oil fields across the Al Walid border and into Iraq, where yet more US military bases are located. The US plundering of Syrian oil amounts to astronomical numbers, with every day, month and year passing. As much as current numbers are not publicly known, in August 2022, the US was stealing around 66,000 barrels of oil per day, about 80% of Syria's oil production. There were direct losses of $24.2 billion until the end of the first half of 2022. In August 2022, the Syrian Ministry of Foreign Affairs revealed that the losses incurred by the Syrian people from the plundering of resources amounted to $107.1 billion since the start of the war in 2011, mainly oil, wheat and gas. Prior to the 2011 war, Syria produced about 400,000 barrels of oil per day. While some have played down the significance of clashes between Russian jets and American drones over Syria's airspace, others warn of a potentially dangerous development. As long as the Russia-Ukraine conflict continues, the likelihood for those tensions to spark much wider regional consequences remains an ever-present danger, including in Syria.